brilliant for family prayer. It's kind of like a reference point in their lives. So when they have times of difficulty and misunderstandings, and you certainly will,
on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball is on the air. Today's presentation of the Knights Game Day Show is sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. With the Knights Game Day Show, here's Michael Promas and Dan Johnson.
Welcome one and all to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, and we are starting to wrap up this regular season for high school boys basketball. And tonight, the O'Gorman boys, sitting at 10-8 on the season, are getting ready to take on the Lincoln Patriots at 11-5. Hey folks, Michael Promas here alongside Dan Johnson, and hey Dan, happy Lent. Happy Lent to all of our listeners too. Although I should say Lent, saying happy Lent kind of defeats the purpose, but
well, it's the 40 days. It's, how ironic is that Ash Wednesday is on Valentine's Day, and Easter this year falls on April 1st. I mean, it's a great season. It's wonderful to be in Lent, and you look forward to everything that goes on within the church and what you can do for yourself, what you can do for others, and everything. You're fasting, but not fasting is not like what you give up, but what you can do for others and help out things. So it's like, and I learned that yesterday with Father Young in Mass on Friday morning. I did not know that.
Yeah, there we go. See, you're learning something new every day.
And being a senior citizen, I'm learning. Still learning. So, but it's great to be here. We got a good matchup this afternoon, and the Lincoln Patriot boys sophomore team just won 59-48 over the Knights. So we're getting ready for the big matchup here, Michael.
Absolutely, and we'll have those sub-varsity scores coming at you here in just a few minutes. But let's talk about where we're at in this season. Only 2 more games left in the regular season, Dan. Lincoln tonight, and then a week from now, Sioux Falls, Washington. Actually, a week from yesterday, Sioux Falls, Washington will be the final game of the season for both the O'Gorman boys and the O'Gorman girls. Then we have playoffs to look forward to, and the state tournament coming up right after that. So we'll see how those brackets shake out a little bit. At the time being, the O'Gorman girls look like they're going to be have home court advantage for the first playoff game of the season. The boys look to be traveling, if all stays the same for the next couple weeks.
Well, if you got a lot of people don't realize that they've changed the system. It used to be you had your regions,
right,
and then if you lost, you had to come back and play back into state. As you know, it's all changed over.
Absolutely, and so that makes this game a little bit more important, actually, for the O'Gorman boys than face value might give you, because a win for O'Gorman would move the Lincoln Patriots down a little bit and could move the Knights up past that halfway mark, giving them the home court advantage for the first playoff game. Now, the Knights would also have to win out against Washington next week. There are a lot of other variables as well, but it would certainly help O'Gorman, and of course, home court advantage does help, despite the Knights having a 2-5 home record versus 8-3 away. So we will see how things shape up, but tonight's game is going to be uber important for the O'Gorman Knights. We'll step aside when we come back to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We're going to have a scoreboard update to take a look at the other games going on throughout the night, throughout the day across South Dakota. We'll also talk to you about what our schedule looks like after today's game. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Hi, I'm Andy DeMore, financial advisor with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office. Thad Barnes and myself know that building relationships begins with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. We can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs.
Andy and Thad can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Headaches, neck and back pain, and arm and leg numbness can come from a sports injury, automobile accident, a slip and fall, and everyday activities. Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic in Sioux Falls treats these types of injuries. Dr. Mark is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Hagan Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Nice Game Day show sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network. It's time now to take a look at the scoreboard for tonight's games, and it's kind of a pseudo doubleheader for us here on Lamb Catholic Radio because after the O'Gorman boys at the Lincoln Patriots game, we will be packing up all of our gear here from Lincoln High School, heading to the other side of the city to O'Gorman High School where the Lady Knights will take on the Mitchell Colonels. So,
think we can make it?
I think we'll be fine.
Traffic, you never know about traffic.
Might even be able to stop for some Taco Bell. We'll see.
There you go.
Not a sponsor.
Well, if Big Rig was open, we'd be stopping there.
Absolutely, but they're on vacation actually this week.
Bob's on vacation?
They're on vacation, taking some time for family. So
I checked, and I don't think they're open when we want it.
Right, so that is what we are looking at for the rest of the evening here on Lamb Catholic Radio Network, but of course there's a lot of other games going on throughout the state. For AA boys basketball, 5 o'clock tip-off tonight for Pierre at Brandon. Also at 5 o'clock, Aberdeen Central is at number 2 Harrisburg. At 7 o'clock, Yankton is at Watertown. And at 8 o'clock, number 5 Washington Warriors at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Sub-varsity boys scores here from Lincoln High School. The Patriots defeating the Knights in all sub-varsity games. Freshman A, 60-56 loss for OG. JV, 49-38. And sophomore, 59-48. Again, all Lincoln. For AA girls basketball then, at 5 o'clock, Brandon Valley girls are at Pierre tonight. At 6:30, Sioux Falls, Washington is at Sioux Falls Roosevelt, part of that doubleheader for boys and girls over at Rosie. And at 7 o'clock, Marshall, Minnesota is at number 2 Lincoln Patriots, and that is the girls' game immediately following the boys' game here at Lincoln High School. Of course, no sub-varsity scores for the girls' games because those still have to take place here in the next couple hours. That's a look at your scoreboard update. We're going to step aside when we come back to the Night's Game Day show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We'll hear from Sioux Falls Lincoln head coach Jeff Halseth. That's on the way right here on The Lamb.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade has something for everyone. They offer a buffet featuring pizza and chicken. Pizza Ranch has daily specials as well as 5 party rooms and a dining area. They're located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They also offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached at 605-334-1653. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Night's Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Sioux Falls Lincoln boys coach Jeff Halseth. And coach, your boys' last game was against Rapid City Stevens last Saturday, a game that your team pretty much led throughout, and then Stevens had a big fourth quarter to get the 1-point win. Overall, how do you felt your boys play in that game, and what do you think was a difference in the fourth quarter for Stevens getting the win?
Well, I don't know if there was kind of a difference in the fourth quarter or not, but we did play a pretty good game. But the problem was with us, we turned the ball over 19 times. And at AA basketball, you aren't going to get too many wins when you give the other team that many extra possessions. And so that's kind of how it went down with they got more possessions and we gave them more possessions.
And Coach, at this point in the season, it's hard to find practice time. Well, you've had a whole week now to prepare for Sioux Falls O'Gorman after the Stevens game on Saturday. What has been the focus on in practice this week?
Pretty much what took us out of the Stevens game, just taking care of the basketball. And then we also talk about some rebounds, because rebounding is still one of the things that we can still continue to work on, even though it gets better from time to time. And then just I think we've been getting beat in transition a little bit. So our transition defense, we kind of put an emphasis on as well.
Coach, last time I talked to you, start of the season, December 15th against O'Gorman. What's the biggest difference in your team now compared to December 15th?
Well, it's just every game from that time to now, the experience level, the confidence level in our guys just keep going. We're able to maybe play a couple more guys that, without Dylan, that we probably wouldn't have been playing back then anyway. So just the experience and the confidence level in our guys from as the season progresses.
And one thing over the last few years about your team, it feels like you always start peaking toward the end of the season into the state tournament and so forth. What does this team need to do in the last 3 ball games to play their best basketball as you get close to postseason play?
Well, yeah, it's at this point, it's every game does count. It's still really not about wins and losses. Just make sure you're playing your best. And the best way that we can play basketball is taking care of the ball and then just making sure we're taking the best shots instead of just being taking my shots.
And tonight we have Sioux Falls O'Gorman. You beat them in a kind of a shootout. The first meeting 69-66 at O'Gorman. Your team made 10 threes in that first matchup. Offensively tonight, what do the boys need to do to have success against O'Gorman?
I don't really worry too much about my guys scoring. I mean, we can score a lot of points. We like to shoot the three. I just want to make sure that the shots that they are taking are the ones that we're looking for, and hopefully they're not just trying to create on their own. So we do want to move the ball around side to side and hopefully get the ball inside a little bit as well too. What we need to focus more on is on the defensive side of things. We know O'Gorman, they play smart. They don't turn the ball over very much. They're going to take good shots, and if we don't box guys out, they're going to get second and third chances, and we just can't let that happen today.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your time, and good luck tonight.
Yep, thank you very much.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with Jeff Halseth, head coach of the 11-5 Lincoln Patriots. We'll step aside when we come back to the Night's Game Day Show, sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. We'll hear from O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby. That's on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need. Whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance. Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the First Premier Bank Card Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by O'Gorman basketball coach Derek Roby. And Coach, your boys are coming off a win last Saturday night up in Brookings by 10. Overall, taking a look at that game, how do you feel your boys played in that one?
Well, I thought we played pretty hard. Anytime you go into Brookings and get a W, you feel good about it. I know Brookings on paper is a little down, but, they played really well. They've had a stretch of away games, and they were finally getting an opportunity to play at home, so I think they were energized a little bit. I didn't think we played very well defensively, to be quite honest, and, we were without Michael Stotts that game, and, Luke Aronsick filled in for him and did a nice job, but anytime you have a rotation difference, it kind of throws your rhythm off a little bit. But, overall we're pleased. We got the W, but I thought we could have played better at times.
And Coach, sometimes practice time is rare at this time of the year. Well, you had a whole week kind of to get ready for Sioux Falls Lincoln. Talk about what you worked on in practice this week with the boys.
Well, you know what? We liked the week of practice just because we were able to kind of heal up Michael Stotts, like I alluded to earlier. He was a little banged up with his hip, so it was kind of a nice break to kind of maybe get at him on the men's a little bit. But throughout practice, we're still trying to just work fundamentally. It's not puzzling, but yet it's a little frustrating from our end of things on how we're playing inconsistent at best offensively. And defensively for that matter. So, one day we're we could beat anybody in South Dakota. I think that's pretty evident. And the next day we struggle. Well, we have to figure out that consistency a little bit. And so we've been trying to change some things offensively, maybe just to play better and get into different rotations. I don't know, but that's my major concern.
Coach, we have Sioux Falls Lincoln tonight, a team that we played earlier in the season. They won a good one at O'Gorman, 69-66, a lot of points. We know this Lincoln team can really score, so defensively, what do we need to try to do to maybe limit them? They made 10 threes the first game against us.
You know, they are an outstanding basketball team. They're very athletic, kind of like we've learned in the past. They certainly want to take their defensive possessions, if you will, and just go in transition and try to score offensively. Almost an open gym format, and so, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that you want to slow up the pace a little bit when given the opportunity, but there's that fine line, Brett, because that's kind of what we're trying to do now, maybe to get some looks, is try to get out and run a little bit, but there again, if we're not producing on our end as far as transition and we're just turning over the basketball, that just plays right into Lincoln's hands a little bit, but they can score, very athletic, and our concerns would be to, not let them get out to that early lead like they did at our place, play their hands up and have the mentality of one and done. But if you remember the third game of the year when we played them, it was like a playoff game atmosphere. It was really fun. I thought we competed hard, got some good things from that game, just kind of fell short a little bit.
And Coach, they kind of play, like you mentioned, a little bit of a run and gun. They did try to pressure us quite a bit in the first part of that ball game. Do we expect pressure maybe in the full court a little bit from them? And if so, how do we handle that?
Well, if that's the case, I hope they do, because I think we can handle that, and it'll give some transition points for us. But there again, I watched their last game at Stevens a little bit, and they didn't do a lot of it up until they needed to, when the momentum kind of changed a little bit for Stevens, and all of a sudden Lincoln kind of changed the momentum or tried to get it back with some full court stuff. So they're capable, very athletic, and maybe they'll cause us some problems, but it'd be nice because I think we can maybe capitalize on our end of things, maybe with some 2-on-1 opportunities, but there again, we'd have to get back by that first line, if you will.
And finally, Coach, you might have already alluded to, what are 2 or 3 main things you're going to talk to the boys about before the game that we need to do to get this big road win?
Well, I think the first and foremost, you have to, again, control the tempo. Don't just let them get out and run and control everything. Again, last game, we played catch-up most of the game. We were down 5 just like that, it seemed like, and we fought our way back. I think we were down 4 at half. They got the momentum again in the second half, fought our way all the way back, ended up losing by 3. And we had some opportunities. So we just can't let them, especially at home here, get off to a huge start. Offensively, I'd like to play a little bit more consistent. I don't want to say have a little bit of more loose structure here, but I don't think, we need to necessarily go with our structure, if you will, our triangle offense. I mean, we can let them not freelance, but at the same time run a little bit of motion or passing game, and you might see some more of that because I think we get to the rim more, and throughout the week of practice, I thought, a couple of our guys look a little bit better when we go to our motion, so maybe that's something we have to do down the stretch. Who knows?
Well, thank you so much, Coach Roby, for your time, and good luck tonight against Lincoln.
Thank you much, Brett.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with O'Gorman head coach Derek Roby. Knights at 10-8 on the season, gearing up to take on Sioux Falls Lincoln at Lincoln. The second time these two teams have met. Last meeting was December 15th. This past December 15th, a 57-68 loss there. But Dan, maybe the numbers could tell a better story for OG in this game. The Knights are only 2-5 at home, but 8-3 on the road. One of those losses was to Wauwatosa, Wisconsin at the Pentagon. You could maybe throw that one out. The other one was an overtime loss to Sioux Falls Christian, which to Sioux Falls Christian's benefit was a very good game, which leaves that loss to Sioux Falls Washington on the road. And so the Knights, for all intents and purposes, look like they're just a better team when they're under that pressure of being at somebody else's gym.
When they do play a lot better pressure when they're under somebody else's gym. That's when I think they step up. They get home sometimes to get relaxed, but you come in here, and especially crosstown rival, they're up to play, and they're ready to go tonight. There's no doubt about it this afternoon. So.
And another interesting stat that we should bring to everyone's attention here. I mean, the Knights have struggled a little bit offensively. Lincoln, obviously a very good scoring team, but the Knights, so far this season, have outscored their opponents 59 points to 52 points. So they're used to winning. I mean, when you compile all the games together, they usually win the game by about 7 points, which is a pretty decent margin.
but right now is neither team has played since last Saturday.
Right.
So that's like Coach said, rest. We got some healed up and everything. So what's it going to be the first quarter? Going to be a little sluggish coming out. Look at that. Usually we're playing 2-3 games a week there. All of a sudden, stop 7 games. So it's going to be interesting how we come out. Who's going to come out fast? Who's going to come out fired up, ready to go? So.
O'Gorman versus Lincoln coming up in just a few minutes as you've been listening to the Knights Game Day Show sponsored by First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Jordan, our board op, let's step away for 1 minute and get this game going. You're listening to Lamb Catholic Radio, KSTJ LP 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton.
First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card are proud sponsors of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights. Believe in possibility. FirstPremier.com, member FDIC.
Barnett Vision Clinic in Sioux Falls has a selection of designer frames in all styles, sizes, and colors. They accept most vision insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare. Barnett Vision Clinic is offering a same-day pay for patients without vision coverage. To schedule an appointment, their number is 605-335-7757 or barnettvisionclinic.com. Barnett Vision Clinic wishes all the high schools the best in this upcoming sports season.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, ignition, liftoff.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, this is O'Gorman Knights Basketball. Today's game is brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota, Financial Benefits Company with John Fritsch, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade, Barnes to Moore Group, Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, Mini Critters, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, First Premier Bank Card, Sioux Equipment Company, Crossroads Book and Music, Pagan Chiropractic Clinic, Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, Fairtax Incorporated, McGuire Iron, Big Rig Barbecue, Knights of Columbus Field Agents Jason Moores and Heath Dickerman, First Class Dental Care, and Paul Curley, Catholic Financial Advisor with Pathway Investments.
Now, with all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go courtside with Michael Promas and Dan Johnson.
O'Gorman and Lincoln, one of the great Sioux Falls matchups in the great city of Sioux Falls. And for the 118th time in the history of these two schools, the two basketball teams, boys basketball teams, are getting ready to take the floor against each other. The 10-8 O'Gorman Knights versus the 11-5 Lincoln Patriots. Hey folks, Michael Promas here alongside Dan Johnson. Brett Bowers in the house, and Jordan Hansen is back at the studio keeping us on air. And Dan, should be a great game. These two teams met last December, right smack dab in the middle of the month, but it was all Lincoln at OG, 57-68. Two hard-hitting teams. O'Gorman maybe a little bit stronger defensively, but Lincoln probably the offensive favorite between these two teams.
It was 69-66.
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry.
A three-point game. You kind of threw me there for a second,
sorry,
partner. But
wrong
the three-point game was a great game, but here we are. You come in here, we're at Lincoln, like I just said right before the break, neither team has played for a week. It's going to be interesting. Who shows up here at least the first quarter?
Well, let's get into the starting lineups then for today's game, brought to you by the Barnes to Moore Group Financial Advisors at Morgan Stanley. For the home team, the Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, starting for them, number 3, Christoph Bawanya, the 6'3 senior guard. Number 13, Jared Jaros, the 6'2 junior guard. Number 15, Alex Galanzer, the 5'9 senior guard. Number 23, Dion Gottlieb, a 6'5 senior forward. And rounding out the lineup for the Patriots tonight, number 35, Jamel Nave, a 6'2 senior forward. Let's listen in then to the starting lineup for the O'Gorman Knights.
Coy, number 35, 6'5", sophomore, center. Isaac Struck, number 5, 6'2", senior, guard. Jaron Lagerman, number 3, 6'4", senior, and forward. Michael Stotts, number 4, 6'1", senior, guard. Zach Norton, number 23, 6 foot, sophomore, guard.
That's the starting lineup for the O'Gorman Knights, again brought to you by the Barnes DeMoore Group, financial advisors at Morgan Stanley and Sioux Falls. For all of your investment needs, call the Barnes DeMoore Group at 605-338-6500. They're located at 300 Sharapa Place, Suite 503 in downtown Sioux Falls. Products and services by Morgan Stanley. Here's the tip, and Sioux Falls O'Gorman will start things off. Michael Stotts back from a mild hip injury. Starts things off for OG. He hands it to Struck down low. Can't put in the layup, so Lincoln will capitalize on that turnover and get things back. Over on the left block is Nave. He kicks it out left wing into the hands of Jared Jaros. Jaros hands it over to Glanzer, then kicks it over left wing into the hands of Christoph Bawanya. Bawanya up top to Nave. Nave then kicks it right wing. Ball rotated to the left wing, then a long three from Gottluck. No good there, and Struck gets the rebound, almost falling out of bounds, but stays inside. O'Gorman in their away blue jerseys, white numbers and letters, gold trim. Lincoln in their home white jerseys with crimson numbers and letters, and I forgot the exact color of the blue, but it's like a baby blue trim on their jerseys.
It's a beautiful blue.
And under the basket, first 2 points for OG, Michael Stotts, putting OG on the board 0-2. 6:57 on the clock here in this first quarter as Lincoln rotates the ball around the arc, trying to find a hole in this O'Gorman defense, able to draw a foul under the basket. That's going to be on number 3, Jaron Zwagman, his first foul of the game, first team foul for the Knights. And Dan, for these O'Gorman Knights, what's something they need to focus on in this game against a very good Lincoln team if they want to come away with the win?
Well, Lincoln had 19 turnovers out there at Stevens last week, so if they can cause them turnovers and go after the ball and keep attacking that ball and play our game the way Coach Roby wants to run, we're going to be fine.
Jamel Nave misses his first free throw, but hits his second to put the Patriots on the board. 1-2. Knights lead 1 minute into this game. Here's Michael Stotts, top of the key, and Lincoln playing very tight defense. He moves right wing, kicks it up top to Norton. Norton dribbles inside and hands it back to Stotts. Stotts drives inside, passes it over to the left wing, but it's stolen away by Dion Gottluck. Gottluck, the 6'5 senior, his gangliness is deceptive. Very quick player as he goes from top to bottom, left-handed layup for 2, and the Patriots take the lead over the Knights 3-2, 1 minute 30 seconds into the game.
It's a nice matchup with him and Okoye.
It'll be a good matchup, both very athletic players and tall, gangly gentlemen. Mm-hmm. Over on the left wing, Zach Norton for OG. He drives inside instead of taking the shot, hands it to Struck, who bobbles it but recovers. Shot clock at 10 seconds. Struck steps out to the left wing, fires the 3, no good, and rebounded by Jared Jaros for Lincoln. Jaros hands it off to Bawanya, who's going to be running point for the starting 5 for Lincoln. Bawanya at the top, kicks it over right wing, and then it's kicked back up top to Glanzer, but a foul away from the ball. Looks like it's going to be on Lincoln. Foul's going to be on Christoph Bawanya, his first foul of the game, first team foul for Lincoln. One apiece then for the Knights and the Patriots. 5:54 on the clock here in the first quarter. 3-2. Lincoln with the lead, but here's Michael Stotts crossing half court, moves up top of the key, drives inside, kicks it to Norton, right corner, who steps in, long 2, up, off the back iron, no good. Stotts gets a hand on it, but ultimately it's Nave that comes away with it. He kicks it off to his left. It goes through the legs of Alex Glanzer, just a bad pass, and it rolls out of bounds. Lucky break for OG.
There's a turnover.
Yeah.
And so that's mental mistakes. So here we got Stotts going to take a breather, and Norton's going to take a breather. Nagel and Canyon Bauer both in now for the Knights.
And also coming in is Riley Caton, it looks like.
And Waukke's going to take a breather. But Lincoln's a good three-point shooter. Don't give him the perimeter. They'll shoot all day if you let them.
They're an excellent kind of one-on-one team, as we're going to see here as Jamel Nave gets the quick steals on the right wing, goes coast to coast, gets the layup, and draws the foul. I mean, that's what Lincoln does so well. They're great at making those quick moves and attacking the basket offensively to really throw off the defending team.
And who picked up their second foul? Jaron
Zwagaman.
Yes.
Nave at the line to make it a three-point play. Bennett, he flicked the wrist off the front iron. No good. It's tipped away by several players, though. And ultimately, it's going to be Lincoln that comes away with it thanks to a save by Jared Jaros from the OG bench. He kicks it over left wing to Dion Gottluck, who tries for a 3. No dice. And Knights get the rebound. Here's Riley Caton over on the left wing, the 5'11 senior guard. He works it inside to Struck, left block. Struck nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Zwagaman, left corner, long 3 up, no good. Struck with the rebound. Long 2, right side, good. And Knights bring it within 1, 5-4. Knights trail against Lincoln, 5 to play in this first quarter.
Both teams got to settle down a little bit.
At the top of the key for Lincoln is Nave. He's going to rotate it around the arc to the left wing to the hands of Alex Glanzer. Glanzer then into Nave, who then kicks it out right corner to Bawanya. He drives the baseline. Down low to Nave again. Layup no good. Rebounded by Isaac Struck. That's 4 rebounds, for Isaac Struck already in this game, who you usually don't find under the baskets.
Nope, he's usually out a little bit. But
Riley Caton over on the left wing for OG works it to the left corner, then it's rotated back around to Caton on the right corner. Caton inside to Nagel. Nagel up top to Zwagman. Zwagman, long three, airs it out, didn't even hit the rim with 12 seconds on the shot clock, and Lincoln comes back with it. Here's Jaros, right wing. Rotates it to the left wing to Nave. Nave looking inside, guarded tight by Zwagman. Will rotate it back around to the right corner into the hands of Jaros. Jaros then inside to Gottluck. Gottluck spins around, hands it to Nave. Nave tries to follow up with the right-handed layup from the left side. No good there, and the Knights get the rebound.
Jaron was smart there. He let him go. He didn't want to pick up his third foul. Didn't even want to attempt it.
Jaron Zwagman getting the inside pass. The fresh haircut, by the way. He throws it down inside to Caton, who can't follow up with the layup. And with the rebound, it's Bawanya. He's going to try to go coast to coast. Right-handed layup from the left side. Over Struck is good. Lincoln Patriots leading OG now 7-4. 3:28 to play in the first quarter. Their largest margin so far in this game. Here's Struck, top of the key for OG. Dribbles with his left hand, drives left side of the lane, nowhere to go. Kicks it back out up top to Zwagman. He tries for a long 2-foot on the line. That is good. Knights back within 1, 3:10 to play now in the first. I think Jaron Zwagman's really going to have to break out those three-pointers in this game to just keep up with Lincoln's ability to shoot the three.
But look the defense they have on Jaron. I mean, they're signaling him pretty tight.
Gottluck for the try from the free throw line, no good for two, and rebounded by Caton. Caton wants a piece of it, goes coast to coast. No, he's going to kick it out to Bauer, right wing. He fires a three, no good there, and rebounded by Lincoln.
They're letting them play underneath, aren't they?
A little bit of pushing and shoving. It's going to make things interesting under the basket. Long three, Christoph Bawanya, right wing. No good there, and rebounded by OG. Here's Caton crossing half court, finds Struck left corner, a three underway. No good there. Both teams just firing off threes and not making them. And some good defensive rebounding by both teams after those shots.
Kind of like Roby said, schoolyard ball here.
A little bit, and that's what Lincoln does, and that's what O'Gorman's going to try.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what Lincoln's good at.
Bawanya from the right wing throws it inside to Nave, right block. He drives the lane, kicks it out left corner, long three up, and it dribbles in, but then out. No good on the shot, rebounded by Jaron Zwagman. Zwagman, though, loses the ball in transition. Bawanya at the free throw line loses it in the lane, and he's able to knock it out to the left wing. Glanzer tries for a three, no good there, and rebounded by Zwagman. So some sloppy ball from both sides as Zwagman gets the ball as he crosses half court. Jumper from the free throw line is good for two. And the Knights retake the lead 8-7 over Lincoln at 1 minute, 42 seconds left in this first quarter, and what has been a very, very quick first quarter. I think they've only stopped the clock maybe twice. Over on the right wing for Lincoln now, Jared Jaros rotates out with Gottluck. Gottluck looking inside, drives the right side of the lane. Jumper from the right block, no good. Tipped away by Zwagman and rebounded by Bauer.
A lot of bunnies. Both teams have missed a lot of bunnies.
A lot of easy shots you expect these varsity players to make. Here's Caton over on the left wing for OG. Throws it two-handed up top to Struck, then kicks it right wing to Bauer. Bauer looking inside, motions, but throws it to Zwagman top of the key. Zwagman back right wing to Struck. He looks to the basket, drives, has the ball stripped out of his hands by Gottluck, and Lincoln comes away with it. In transition, Jared Jaros looks to the basket. It's going to be tripped up and fouled hard as he rolls to the ground. Let's see who they're going to call that one on.
That was on Riley.
Yep, that'll be his first of the game. Third team foul now for OG in this half. Some subs coming in for OG. Okoye back in, as is Zach Norton. Michael Stott steps back in. And coming in for the first time tonight is Mr. Jack Cartwright. Nagel came back in as well, but Coach Roby wants to bring Bauer in for him. Give a little more speed on the floor. So Lincoln will inbound right in front of their cheerleaders on the far side of the floor. Lincoln moving from my right to my left. OG from my left to my right. We're up here in the loft on one side of the floor. Over on the left wing, Zach Sullivan in for the first time tonight for Lincoln. Nowhere to go. Throws it down to the left corner with under a minute to play in this first quarter. Pass up top to Gottluck. Gottluck back left corner. Long three up by Jaros and good. Jared Jaros, 5 points for him so far in this game as Lincoln expands their lead 10-8. 30 seconds to play in this first quarter. About a 1 second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Here's Okoye at the top of the key for OG. He'll rotate out with Stotts. Stotts is going to burn the clock down a little bit here. Stotts dribbling from right wing to left wing now. Guarded by Zach Sullivan. Stotts dribbles up top, still guarded by Sullivan, rotates out with Norton. Norton drives right side, layup, no good, tipped back up, no good there, and this time rebounded by Dion Gotluck to end the first quarter. After one, the Knights trail the Lincoln Patriots 10-8 here at Lincoln High School. We'll step aside for 1 minute. Your second quarter is coming right up here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
There are danger signs that indicate pressure and tension on delicate, sensitive nerves due to spinal misalignment, such as headaches, back pain, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, and joint pain in general. Dr. Mark Hagan is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagan with Pregame Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC.
Start of the second quarter here at Lincoln High School. Knights trail OG 10-8 as we start things off. And Lincoln will have the ball in the for the first time in the second quarter. Gotluck at the top, throws it down inside, tries to find Victor Gamies, but his shot is swatted into section Z by Okoye.
He came over the back.
Beautiful.
I thought he was going to call the foul there, but that was clean. Nice play.
Lincoln will inbound left side of the lane, and a foul called before the inbound. This looks to be on OG.
It's on Okoye.
Yep, Okoye, his first foul of the game. He's a 6'5" sophomore forward, kind of a big guy down low, really developing well this season, creating that down low presence. Fourth team foul for OG, though, as Lincoln inbounds it yet again to Alex Glanzer, left corner. He'll kick it up top to Bawanya. Bawanya then back to Glanzer, left wing. Glanzer rotates it around the arc to the right wing to Gamies. Gamies then dribbling up top. 20 seconds on the shot clock as he finds Sullivan on the left wing. Sullivan up top to Gotluck to reset. 12 seconds now on the shot clock. Gotluck loses the ball, kicks it right wing, though, with one hand to Bawanya. Bawanya looks to take a jump shot, but instead tries to pass it to Gotluck. And it's going to be tipped away by Okoye. Rolls out of bounds on the far side as they try to pass it along, and that's just a silly mental mistake.
Yeah, but they had him. They had him down to the shot clock. They did great defense, great pressure by the Knights on that series.
Here's Christoph Bawanya, top of the key for Lincoln. Kicks it right wing into the hands of Sullivan. Sullivan up top to Gotluck. Gotluck looking left and throws it to Bawanya. Bawanya then down low inside to Gamies, left block. Spins around, guarded by Bauer, and they're going to call a push on Victor Gamies. No, excuse me. No, they're going to call him travel. Excuse me. My apologies.
Hey, Drogerman's back in. Canyon getting a rest.
1 minute exactly into the second quarter, and a press coming from Lincoln. Drogerman just barely getting it in before that time expired.
The first game, Lincoln had a good press.
They did.
Yeah.
Very. It really kept O'Gorman on their toes.
They did. I forgot about that.
It kind of stopped their offensive momentum. Inside, here is Okoye. Nowhere to go. He kicks it up top to Drogerman. He tries for a three. No good. Picked up by Cartwright and put back from the free throw line is good, though. Jack Cartwright, 6'2", sophomore guard, tying things up at 10 with 6:30 on the clock in the second quarter.
You know, in the first part of the year, he wouldn't have done that.
No.
He wouldn't have. He has changed.
A lot more confidence.
He's very confident, matured. He feels a lot better shooting the ball.
Here's Dion Gotluck, top of the key, guarded by Okoye, tries for a three, no dice, and rebounded by Cartwright under the basket. Cartwright travels down the floor, left side, sets up to the left wing, looking across the floor needs help, doesn't have a dribble. He's going to be called for a travel as he pivots, on his left foot. Maybe just slid the foot a little too much.
He's Struck and Bauer back in for the Knights, and Cartwright and Zwagerman are going to take a rest.
Remember, Jaron Zwagerman, 2 fouls already on the game. Head coach Derek Roby is going to try to bide as much time with him as he possibly can. Timeout on the floor, and we're going to keep it right here. If you're enjoying tonight's game, remember that, or today's game, it's not night quite yet, but nonetheless, Lamb Catholic Radio is still 100% donor supported despite the time of day, and your generosity of this ministry allows us to bring you these O'Gorman athletic events, also our everyday Catholic radio shows, Catholic Answers Live, Rutten Radio, all that good stuff. If you feel so inclined, please consider making a secure tax-deductible gift by going to lambradio.com, and your support ensures that we remain on the air and continue to bring people to Christ and Christ to his people. By the way, of course, we do have a video stream, so a special shout-out to our folks listening on YouTube. And if you are watching, just know that I do like to lean on this thing, and you might see me every once in a while. So
remind me later, we'll talk about Rutten Radio. We got time at halftime.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So if you see a big, hairy guy with a beard,
it's not me.
It's just me. It's just, see, my lips are moving and everything. It's weird technology. After the timeout, Lincoln starts things off then. Here's Jamel Nave top the key. He dribbles right and kind of just hands it off to Glanzer. And they're going to call travel as Nave kind of slid into Glanzer and just kind of handed it to him. It's kind of an awkward move. So this will turn over to OG. 10-all here in the second quarter, 5:45 on the clock as Michael Stotts back in for OG, crosses half court. He'll move over to the right wing, dribbling between his legs, looking for somewhere to go, throws it inside to Nagel. Nagel gets a hand on it, but so does Nate Breckton for the first time tonight for Lincoln. Nagel, though, up top to Struck, who tries to drive inside left lane. Nowhere to go, kicks out to Norton left wing. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Struck gets it back top of the key. He finds Bauer right wing. 5 seconds now. Bauer needs to do something. Finds it to Struck right corner. He fires a three. No good there. It hit the backboard, the side of the backboard, which will be out of bounds. And Lincoln gets it back.
A little bit out of sync on that one.
A little bit.
I'm not sure what the...
It's kind of like they kind of knew what they were doing offensively, but didn't have a definitive plan of exactly how they're going to work the ball around and where they were going to attack. And
think about it, these guys know each other very well.
Yes.
I mean, they play summer leagues together and stuff, so both teams know what their opponents can do.
And that you mean by that Lincoln and O'Gorman players play.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
You're absolutely. Zach Norton, left wing steal against Lincoln. Tries to go coast to coast. Too much onion on that layup. No good. Nagel will wrestle for the ball on the floor with one of the Patriots. They're going to call jump ball in favor of OG. Norton, you got to make those coast to coast, those free shots.
It looked pretty good. Looked pretty sweet coming in.
He is a strong young man, so I'll give him that one because he's a heck of a football player. But Knights will inbound left side of the lane on the baseline. Nagel set to inbound. Players stacked up in a line along the left side of the lane. Nagel throws it in, knocked out immediately by Nate Brecht. So they're going to try this one more time. 4:57 to play in the second quarter. 10-all. Lincoln and OG. Stotts comes out. Riley Caton comes back in. Nagel inbounds this time to Zwagerman halfway down the lane. He spins around, tries to put up a shot, and gets it. Knights retake the lead 12-10. Almost halfway through the second quarter at Lincoln High School. Here's Alex Glanzer crossing half court for Lincoln. Finds Bawanya on the left wing. Bawanya dribbles up top, looks inside, but hands it over to Nave on the right wing. Nave then hands it over to Sullivan. Sullivan drives inside, nowhere to go. Kicks it up top to Nave, then over left wing to Bawanya. Bawanya will find Sullivan on the right wing, who then dribbles up top, picks up his dribble. Check that, that's Glanzer. Glanzer hands it to Nave, then over to the left wing. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Jumper, though, from Jarls, no good for two, and rebounded by Isaac Struck.
Oh, that was nice pressure by the Knights there.
Very tight defensively so far, and like I said pregame, O'Gorman probably the stronger defensive team here. Zwagerman gets the ball inside right block. Jumper, no good, and rebounded by Glanzer. O'Gorman Knights trying for this quick offensive attack. Not able to make it, but Alex Glanzer goes from top to bottom down the right side of the lane, follows up with the layup on the right side, and draws the foul as well.
That was a nice move by Glanzer.
Very nice move.
That was sweet.
Okoye comes back in for Nagel, and coming in for Brecht is Dion Gottluck.
And that's Riley Keaton's second foul.
15th foul for OG. Only one foul for the Lincoln Patriots so far in this game. Caton will step out. Stotts will come back in as Alex Glanzer steps up to the line to try for a three-point play. Glanzer dribbles the ball 3 times. Bent the knee, flicked the wrist, up off the back iron, no good. Gotluck gets a hand on it, but Okoye gets the rebound. They'll outlet to Struck. Struck crosses half court, moves over to the left wing. Heavy pressure from Lincoln. Struck rotates out with Zwagaman, who then kicks it around the arc to Okoye. Okoye inside to Struck. Good layup from the right side from that left corner. Just wrapped around there, got the ball and put it up in one foul swoop.
They just fell in that one.
Good move by OG. 14-12. Knights up halfway through the second quarter, and Norton gets his second steal of the game at the top of the key. He tries to go coast to coast, but he's going to be fouled hard as he tries for the right-handed layup.
And that was a good move. He went right for the basket. He executed it. He knew he didn't have a chance, but he got the foul, Drew, and now he's going to the line for 2.
Zach Norton, a 6-foot sophomore guard, and like I mentioned earlier, a great football player as well for OG. Misses his first free throw off the back iron as Kanyon Bauer steps in, and Jaron Zwagaman will step out.
You know, with 5-2, they got to pretty soon. They're going to get in the charity stripes. We got to make these free throws now.
Zach Norton hits his second of the game, and Dan, OG not a great free throw shooting team this year. They're still shooting just under 60%. That's because they've been improving over the past couple games, but traditionally throughout most of the season, not super strong. Here's Christoph Bouania at the free throw line. Jumper good for 2. Brings it within 1. Knights lead though, 15-14. 3 minutes left in this second quarter. Here's Struck, left corner, quick 3 underway, no good, and tipped by Bauer, but coming away with it is Glanzer. Glanzer tries to go coast to coast. Excuse me, that's Jaros. Can't get the layup. It just kind of sat on the rim, fell out, and the Knights capitalized by getting the rebound. Here's Stotts, coast to coast for him. Left-handed layup, no good as he crosses the lane, but he does draw the foul on the shot.
Again, he did the same thing Norton did. He attacked the basket, and he drew the foul.
And it seems like OG's trying to catch Lincoln off guard a little bit in transition.
Thank you.
So the Patriots can't settle down and try, get their defense going a little bit here. Stotts' first free throw is up and good. A 6'1" senior guard. Averages about 48% of his free throws, or completes about 48%. And like I mentioned earlier, he does have a bit of a hip problem going on right now. He's going to get treated from what I hear on Monday, but he's still playing today's game. Misses his second free throw. Knights with the lead 16-14, 2:40 to play in the second quarter. Here's Alex Glanzer crossing half court for Lincoln. He's going to hand it to Gotluck, who then rotates it to the right wing to Bouania. Bouania dribbles up top, drives the lane, kicks it out left corner. 3 up by Glanzer, no good. Off the front and rebounded by Stotts. Stotts again, quick in transition down the floor, finds Norton left corner, who then kicks it up top to Okoye. Back to Norton left corner. He fires a 3 and good. Zach Norton, his first 3 of the game. Give that young man 4 points on the night so far. 2:10 to play in the second quarter. Knights lead now 19-14. Here's Alex Glanzer, top of the key for Lincoln. Rotates out with Bouania. Bouania looking inside, guarded heavily by Cartwright. He kicks it right wing to Gotluck, then back up top to Bouania. Bouania's still looking inside, takes the pick, rolls out right, fires the long 2, airs it out, no good. Gotluck gets the rebound, but he's going to be called for a foul under the basket.
Offensive.
Kind of pushed off Kanyon Bauer a little bit to try to get that rebound. Officials saw it, unfortunately, for Lincoln. That's his first of the game, 4th team foul for Lincoln, so the Knights take it back. Their largest lead of the game so far, 19-14.
Now can the Knights execute here? The minute 48.
Slower start to the offense that we've seen throughout the second quarter. Michael Stotts, though, at the top of the key, finds Norton right corner. Long 3 up, no good. Gotluck gets the rebound. Okoye gets a hand on it. Looking back at Dion Gotluck, jumping and smiling, saying, I can't believe I got that call on me. By the way, Gotluck and Okoye, very close friends.
That's what I was going to say. They're best friends.
Yes, absolutely.
And so
anytime Lincoln or O'Gorman's playing each other, boys or girls, Gotluck will show up to OG or Okoye will show up to Lincoln. Good friends, very supportive of each other.
Very competitive, but good friends, and they're good at good sportsmanship.
And that's why it's such a fun matchup to watch.
Yep.
Very equally matched, and it's good fun. Here's the inbound from Lincoln. Alex Glanzer steps right up to that left wing, drives inside, finds that layup. 16-19, Knights still with the lead. Bit of a press from Lincoln, but the Knights are quick to break past that. Rotate the ball around the left arc. Throws it up to Okoye. Okoye tries for a three, no good there. Rebounded by Nagel, though. Bauer's going to try to drive them. Right-handed layup is no good and rebounded by Lincoln. OG very quick here in the second quarter. Here's Gottlieb, left wing, drives inside, backs down the Knights, and puts up the layup. Good for two, and Lincoln within under a minute to play in the second quarter.
20-second difference on the shot clock.
Stotts will cross half court, finds Struck over on the right corner, who then dribbles up. Struck, up top to Norton. Norton over left wing to Bauer, who then finds Nagel inside the arc. Nagel back out to Struck. Struck, nice move inside, is swatted at, nothing called. Tries for the shot, and on the shot, a foul is called. But he was hacked and slashed as he was driving into that lane. That foul is going to be on number 35, Jamel Nave, his first of the game. 15th foul for Lincoln in this half. Struck, first shot up and good. Isaac Struck, 6'2" senior guard, about a 52% free throw shooter. Struck takes two dribbles, spins the ball once, fires it up, and hits his second one as well. 21-18, 35 and a half seconds to play in this second quarter. About a half-second difference, of course, between that game clock and shot clock. Alex Glanzer slowed across that half-court line, just like the Knights like to do. He's going to burn down the clock. He finds Gottlieb at top of the key. He moves right, finds Nave then back up top, who then rotates out with Glanzer. 14 seconds now on the game clock. Glanzer at the top of the key, looks inside, goes right, then left. Crazy shot down low, no good. Stotts tries for the rebound, but he's going to be fouled on that rebound with 6.4 seconds to play in the second quarter.
It'll be O'Gorman's ball underneath.
So what do you think, Dan? 6.5 seconds left, enough time to put up a couple points?
Oh, definitely. Here comes the three.
18-21, Knights with the lead as we get ready to head into halftime, and not before this.
Cage Wagerman's back in, so watch your go-to guy here.
Nagel to inbound for OG. Quick little inbound to Stotts. Stotts needs some help to Nagel as he crosses half court. Long pass to the left corner. Norton with the three, up off the front of the rim. No good. There's the buzzer, and this first half of play is over. After one half, the Knights lead the Lincoln Patriots at Lincoln 21-18. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we will have the Knights halftime show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. Will break down what we saw in this first half and get you the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman. That and more is on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Morgan Stanley values long-term relationships with its clients. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes, financial advisors with the Barnes DeMore Group of Morgan Stanley's Sioux Falls office, know that building relationships begin with getting to know each client. Everyone has different goals, from planning for retirement to saving for a child's education. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can create personal investment strategies to help meet retirement, education, wealth transfer, and other financial needs. Andrew DeMore and Thaddeus Barnes can be reached at 338-6500. That's 338-6500. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC, member SIPC. Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Pregnant? One word, many emotions. At Catholic Family Services, our experienced licensed therapists are here to help those experiencing an unplanned pregnancy in a safe, confidential setting at no charge. Our pregnancy counselors understand that every situation is unique and provide options counseling, including information regarding parenting or placing a child for adoption. Whatever you decide, we are committed to helping and supporting you throughout the entire pregnancy. Call 1-800-700-7867. Catholic Family Services, offering a gift of hope with offices in Aberdeen, Brookings, Gettysburg, Pierre, Mitchell, Yankton, and Sioux Falls.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the Knights Halftime Show. Brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for Sioux Falls and the southeast South Dakota area, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. With the Knights Halftime Show, here's Michael Promes and Dan Johnson.
Welcome into the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. And at halftime at Lincoln High School, the Knights lead 21-18 in boys basketball. And Dan, what are your first thoughts on that first half?
Well, the score 21-18. To me, it's a pickup Saturday afternoon ball game. You know, get a bunch of group of guys. The way they've been playing. I mean, there's like not too many plays called and this and that, and just very, very fast paced. Just go and stuff. You know, the score, it's anybody's ball game right now. But we have to control Lincoln's perimeter shooting because they haven't got much inside, and it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it's fun to watch, but it's hard to who's gonna.
It's kind of more pandemonium than we're expecting. I mean, usually O'Gorman's very structured offensively.
Thank you.
But like head coach Derek Roby said in our pregame interview, he just kind of let them play basketball, make it more of an instinctual offensive scheme.
And pretty much most of the second quarter, Zwagerman's been out.
Right.
With 2 fouls, so Roby's keeping him on the bench. He came in at the last end because he was a threat in the last 6 seconds there to get the ball. Get the three. You knew we were going to go for that, but he kind of been watching that a little bit and been playing a lot of guys tonight. It's both teams have, so. And a very fast-paced tempo game.
Absolutely, and everybody getting their hands on the ball tonight. Jaron Zwagerman and Isaac Struck, both leading scorers for OG with 6 points, and of course Zach Norton with 4 points, 1 3-pointer, and a free throw for that young man. A low-scoring game here at Lincoln High School, and I think the second half should be a whole lot of fun. You're listening to the Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lures and Heath Dickelman. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll have the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman, sponsored by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, where we will hear from O'Gorman gymnastics coach Sky Bork. That's on the way right here on The Lamb.
Crossroads Book and Music is a local source for Catholic gifts and supplies. From rosaries and medals to books and Bibles, Crossroads is here with materials to help individuals in their walk with Christ. Crossroads also features a large line of personalized gifts that are great for weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, or any special occasion. Crossroads Book and Music, 41st Street and Grange Avenue in Sioux Falls.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Welcome back into the Knights Halftime Show. Now it's time for the newest edition of Inside O'Gorman, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. And as some of you may know, the Sioux Falls O'Gorman gymnastics squad just placed 4th in their state meet up in Watertown. Fantastic season for those young girls, and Brett Byler got to sit down and talk to their head coach, Sky Bork.
Coach, your girls competed in the team portion of the state meet on Friday, scoring a season best score, 138.225, finishing 4th overall. How happy were you with your girls' overall performance on Friday?
Overall, everybody did a fantastic job. Those that maybe have struggled in the past didn't end up doing that. We only ended up counting one foul on beam, and it was probably our highest score on beam throughout the entire year, and that's a good place to be getting that highest score. We took all 9s and high 8 for the most part throughout the entire meet, and that includes all the events.
And you mentioned to me last week, Coach, your girls' first event in the team portion was the floor, which you felt very comfortable starting with. Do you think that helped you starting with an event like the floor for the team portion on Friday?
I think it was really important to start with floor because it's the most high energy, and so it puts you in mentally in a point that you are revved and ready to go and really want to finish, especially when it goes as well as it did.
Then now moving to the individual portion of the state meet, which was Saturday, your only senior, Lizzie Miller, stood out like she has all season long, getting 3rd overall in the all-around, placing in each individual event. Can you just talk about her performance on Saturday, and was it kind of emotional for you watching her compete for the final time as an O'Gorman Knight?
It was really emotional, and it was hard for the whole team. After her first event on bars, a couple of the girls started crying right away, and I told them, guys, you got to keep it together for her because you don't want her to get emotional too soon and then end up causing her to fall on something or not do as good as she could have done. So it was really hard, actually, for the whole team to be able to keep themselves together throughout, from all of us coaches all the way through to her little sister.
Besides Lizzie in the individual portion, it looked like you had some other girls do really well in the all-around. Looked like Emily Doherty and Grace Miller had some terrific days for you.
Yep, they both really missed placing in the all-around. I think they were 16th and 17th, if I'm correct. And then Emily ended up placing on floor, which is her first medal, and so she's pretty excited about that. And moving into next year, it's good to know that we do have a lot of potential there coming up as well.
What was this group of girls like for you to coach this season?
It was a really fun year. It's one of those years that we won't forget. The season flew by really fast. The girls were more like sisters to each other than they were like teammates. That's something that doesn't happen very often. This clique doesn't always get so tight, and so it's going to be really hard to see that go. I hope that it can continue in the future, but we know it's going to be it'll be very different without Rosie. And going forward, good to know that we have so much cohesiveness and a lot of talent on the team, and so I really look forward to the future.
That was Brett Byler sitting down with O'Gorman girls gymnastics coach Sky Bork here on Inside O'Gorman. And like we mentioned, Dan, the O'Gorman girls placed 4th in state. Congratulations to those girls. They had a great season.
Miss Miller, you can't. I mean,
Lizzie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And several, the whole team. And I apologize, I can't think of the rest of the team, but that name just sticks out.
Right. Yeah, a great season so far. Congratulations to them. And one of those sports that you don't always see because it's not basketball, it's not football, but those girls work so hard and they can do things with their bodies I couldn't possibly imagine doing, like a flip or a somersault.
They don't get the credit. It's basketball and volleyball and everything.
Absolutely. And since I'm an Olympics junkie, I love those sports you don't always see on the
curling.
Oh, I love curling. I love curling.
If I had the right shoes, I knew I wouldn't fall on my keister, I would try it.
Absolutely. You and me can have a double team. If that
at my age, I fall. I'm done.
There we go. There we go. So, again, congratulations to the O'Gorman gymnastics team, and that's Inside O'Gorman, brought to you by the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools. Their 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school, exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Each and every school is dedicated to the mission of forming a community of faith and learning by promoting a Catholic way of life through gospel values and academic excellence. And this has been your Knights Halftime Show, sponsored by your Knights of Columbus field agents, Jason Lewers and Heath Dickelman. As we start the third quarter, the O'Gorman Knights lead the Patriots 21-18 here at Lincoln. I'm Michael Promus alongside Dan Johnson. Brett Byler's here as well, our producer, and Jordan Hansen, our board operator, back at the studio. Now, Dan, we saw quite an interesting combination of these two teams that first half, but what can we expect from the second half, and what do the Knights need to focus on in this half to win?
It'll be interesting what the coach at each told their team, but I don't know if Coach Roby said, okay, boys, we got a 3-point lead. That doesn't mean anything. So, couple possessions, we'd be down. So it's like you really have to play. Let's play some good fundamental heads-up basketball. Don't get too, stick together. Play as a team.
Lincoln will start things off here in the third quarter. Start of the second half. One in the same, and at the top of the key is Alex Glanzer. He's going to drive right side, throws it in further, and Zwagerman gets a hand on it. Okoye with the steal, finds Norton on the other side of the floor, and has his layup blocked, but Stotts strips away the rebound. Here's Norton again from the right corner, 3 up and good. Knights with the first points of the second half, 24-18 now in the first 30 seconds.
Just like that, things can change.
Here's Dion Gottluck, left wing, finds Glanzer, top of the key. Glanzer looking inside. More of a structured offense for Lincoln so far than we saw in that first half. At the top of the key, here's Jared Jaros now. He rotates it around the arc to the left wing to Gottluck. Gottluck then inside to Nave, who kicks it out left corner to Bologna. And a whistle on the floor. Looks to be a foul on OG. That'll be on Isaac Struck, his first of the game. First team foul this half for OG. Lincoln then to inbound on the far side of the floor. O'Gorman will be moving from right to left, but here is Lincoln moving from left to right as the head official grabs the towel from the Lincoln bench to mop up the floor a little bit there.
You think the Stripes will let them play a little bit more like they did the first half, or are they going to tighten it up?
You know, it's hard to say. It's just always hard to say.
They can take it. They can take the game away from anybody.
Yes.
In any time. So with that, you kind of have to be. They let them play there. I mean, Lincoln. We were up like 5-1 fouls, and all of a sudden Lincoln came back.
Right.
5-5, just like that. So.
And that's the that's the thing about a human judged sport. Inbound and a long three from Alex Glanzer. Top of the key is no good and rebounded by OG here. So OG will go back to work. The first time with their with a structured offensive start here. No press from Lincoln. Here's Stotts right wing. Finds Okoye inside. Okoye steps back out of the arc. Goes back in, guarded by Gottluck. He loses the ball. Gottluck to go coast to coast. Right-handed. No, two-handed dunk on the right side is good. 24-20. 6:30 to play in the third quarter. Michael Stotts sprinting down the floor, stops at the top of the key and dribbles right as he switches directions. Stotts up top to Okoye, then left wing to Norton. Norton looking inside, instead finds Zwagman at the free throw line. He turns around and pops off a two, no good, and rebounded by Lincoln. Alex Glanzer on the attack. He'll kick it over right wing to Jaros, who then drives baseline, reverse layup, flipped up, no good, and Okoye gets the rebound. And I think we have our answer, Dan. They are going to let him play just as much as they did in that first half, which I kind of enjoy, if I'm being totally honest, as long as it's safe.
It's safe, but the first 2 minutes here in the third quarter, they are. So that you were right. That answered our question.
And Lincoln did get a steal on that last possession, but were called for traveling, so the Knights get it back. Bit of a press coming here. Stotts gets the inbound from McCoy. That press is called off as Stotts trots across that half-court line, sets up top of the key, finds Zwagman right wing. Zwagman, guarded by Gottluck, drives inside and has the ball just taken right out of his hands by Glanzer. He goes coast to coast. Layup, no good, but draws the foul on the shot.
Norton on the foul. That you don't see very often where they stole the ball away from Jared. I mean, that doesn't happen. I would say never, but
it's a once in a while thing for sure. So at the line to shoot two.
Oh, we got a basket malfunction. We got a net malfunction. One of the came out of the ring, so we're going to have to grab a ladder here and fix that.
All right, that means we get to sit and talk a little bit more. The officials are going to confer on the left side of the free throw line. They're sending both teams back to their benches. So we're going to take this moment to hear from some of our fantastic sponsors here on Lamb Catholic Radio. We'll step aside for 1 minute as the Knights lead Lincoln 24-20, 5:49 to play in this third quarter at Lincoln High School. More basketball on the way right here on the Lamb.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School. We got the net issues all figured out here. A loop had come off of that net, and so they grabbed the ladder, put that back on here, and we're ready for some more basketball. Knights lead Lincoln 24-20, 5:49 left in the third quarter. And what a round of applause for the Lincoln employee, faculty, staff, whatever you want to call them.
That was Luchin and the AD, Mr. Struy, your assistant AD, Joey Struy.
There we go. Stepping up, the hero so far in this game. As both free throws fall in for Alex Glanzer. Excuse me, one free. Yes, they got both. Excuse me. Missed it a little bit here. There's a pillar in the way of the basket, but we're good. 24-22. Knights with the lead still. 5:30 to play in the third quarter. Here's Isaac Struck, right wing for OG. Finds Zwagerman down in the right corner. Pass back up to Okoye. 15 seconds on the shot clock as Okoye kicks it to Struck left wing. He dribbles inside, picks it up though. It's almost stolen away from him. Finds Okoye at the top. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Okoye versus Gotluck. Drives inside, finds Norton right corner. Off his back heels. The three is no good, but Okoye gets the rebound. He hands it to Zwagerman. He goes baseline and follows up with a right-handed dunk from the left side of the basket.
We needed that. We needed the points right there because Lincoln was up 4-0 there on us.
And that little spark of enthusiasm never hurts either.
And I love the way he attacked the basket, excuse me.
Glanzer drives inside, kicks it back out to Bawanya on the right corner, who tries for a three. No good on that shot as it's knocked out of bounds by Lincoln, and OG will inbound. 26-22, OG with the lead, just under 5 to play in this third quarter. Lincoln trying for a bit of a press, but they forgot about one player. That's Isaac Struck, who gets the inbound just cross half court. He hands it up to Zwagerman, who fires off and drains a three-pointer. That's Zwagerman's first three of the game, extends a nice lead to their largest margin of 29-22.
Over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Here's Alex Glanzer, top of the key for Lincoln. He's going to hand it off to Nave, who then hands it off to Bawanya. This is all over on the right wing. Bawanya dribbles up top, back to Nave, right wing, three, up and off the front and the back. No good, rebounded by Norton. As Norton goes in transition, Dion Gotluck gives him a nice little body check. That'll be Gotluck's second foul of the game, second team foul for the Patriots.
Did Lincoln look confused there?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not sure they're like deer in the headlight, type right there. It kind of looked like they didn't know what was going on. And that was on offense.
I totally agree with you. It just looked like there was some discontinuity against with all their players.
Correct.
Yeah. Stotts, top of the key. He'll kick it over right wing to Struck, who then throws it back up top to Zwagerman. Zwagerman guarded very heavily, steps in, tries for a two from the free throw range. It bounces on the back iron a couple times and eventually falls in. 31-22. Knights' largest lead of the game. It's 9 points with just under 4 to play in this third quarter. Long three, though, left side from Zach Sullivan. No good. It's knocked away by several players. Ultimately, Gotluck comes away with it, finds Dave under the basket, who follows up with a nice layup from the right side. Stotts is going to try to go coast to coast, drives inside, and Stotts is able to draw the moving block foul on Alex Glanzer under the basket. And I think if there's one player on this team that does that best of all, it's Michael Stotts.
I know. That's what it's going to do.
Basically created a foul out of nothing.
That's hard. I mean, that was a great move by Stotts and Struck are going to take a breather. And Bauer, Nagel's in.
Caton coming in as well. Inbound goes to Norton, though, in the left corner. He drives baseline, tries to hand it to Nagel. It's tipped away by Lincoln. Looks to be knocked in and off the foot of Caton, and then it rolled back out of bounds, so Lincoln will actually get this one back. That was a good heads-up play there by Jared Jaros to knock that back into Caton. Inbound to Alex Glanzer. Glanzer taking his time here offensively, sets up at the top of the key, kicks it left wing into the hands of Sullivan. Sullivan flips it back up top to Nave. Nave then over right wing to Glanzer. Glanzer down low pass to a wide open Gotluck. He follows up. No good on the shot directly under the basket, but he draws the foul on the shot anyway.
And Nagel is going to be called for the foul, I believe.
Yes, that will be his first of the game. Third team foul for OG in this half. Jan Gotluck at the line, touches every side of the basket and falls in.
Well, he didn't take much time, did he?
No, he just kind of gets it and shoots it.
The referee handed the ball, and he put it right up. I don't even know if he dribbled.
Very Ron Swanson. No spin, nothing cute, no dribbles, just fires it up. Second shot by by Gotluck. It's no good. Rebounded by Jaron Zwagerman, but Glanzer's right behind him. Gotluck gets a hand on it as Zwagerman crosses half court. Zwagerman wrestling for the ball on the floor, and they're going to call jump ball as he wrestles it away from Jaros. And that was just good play by Jaros and Gotluck. I mean, keeping Zwagman on his toes and really telling him in a way you can't just be nonchalant as you cross half court because Lincoln's too aggressive.
Oh, they're very aggressive. So Knight's got the ball.
Canyon Bauer flips it into the backcourt to Caton, who'll go to work here. He steps up to the top of the key, finds Nagel on the right wing. Nagel looks inside, holding the ball over his head, instead rotates it around the arc to Caton on the left wing. Caton holding the ball over his head, has it stolen by Bawanya. The Knights just not protecting the ball here offensively. Bawanya goes to the basket, drives baseline, and gets the left-handed layup. 31-27, Knights lead by 4. Remember, they led by 9 here about a minute and a half ago.
They're letting them back in this.
2:30 to play in this third quarter, and here is Norton top the key. He finds Zwagman left wing. Zwagman looking inside, dribbles to the free throw line, and fires at Canyon Bauer right wing. Uncontested three, up and nothing but net for Canyon Bauer. 34-27 Knights.
He hasn't shot too many threes this year, has he?
That's probably the second he's made.
Yeah.
Maybe only the fourth he shot, which is a heck of an average.
He is.
Top of the key for Lincoln, Zach Sullivan looking inside but fires it over to Gammies on the right wing. Gammies up top, long three, immediately shot by Jaros. No good, long bounce though, and Gammies gets the rebound, so Lincoln will reset here offensively. Here's Bawanya, left wing, and Zwagman lucky he didn't get called for a body check on Gammies under the basket.
I saw the same thing, Michael.
Gammies hands it off to Gotluck, who then goes baseline, fires it over right corner to Jaros. Jaros can't nail the three, but Lincoln gets the rebound. Jaros gets it back. This time drives baseline, spin around, layup is good right in front of the basket. 34-29, OG. $1.35 to play in this third quarter.
A lot of ball movement down here.
Riley Caton, right wing for OG, will rotate it to Zwagman left wing. Zwagman steps up, long three, and off the front of the rim, no good, but rebounded by Canyon Bauer, who swooped in from nowhere. Bauer will hand it up top to Caton, and then Bauer gets it back right wing. Bauer loses the ball a little bit and is able to flip it up top to Nagel, then throws it over left wing to Caton, and OG wants to take a timeout with 24 seconds on the shot clock. 1 minute, 11 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Knights lead 34-29. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here. And remember, after today's boys basketball game, we're going to pack up all of our gear here from Lincoln High School, go over to O'Gorman High School, and we'll broadcast the O'Gorman Lady Knights versus the Mitchell Colonels game. The game set to tip off about 7 o'clock, and we should be on air about a half hour before then.
It's Lady Parents Nights tonight.
Right. So we should have. I think we're probably going to have a little extra coverage. If not, we'll have video coverage so you can see all the parents and the students mingling and seniors being congratulated and all that kind of good stuff. After the timeout, Knights will inbound right in front of their own bench. Here's Canyon Bauer.
Can you tell both teams are kind of sluggish?
A little bit. Everybody's looking tired.
They are. I mean, after a week off, that's what I'm seeing, Michael.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And they seem like they're really being a little bit more methodical in the second half. And I don't think that's necessarily a planned methodical offense. Stotts though gets it top of the key, goes down the right side of the lane, and misses the layup. The ball's tipped around a couple times, and Stotts hits the deck, rolls out of bounds, and they're going to say Lincoln ball, no foul called.
But he stayed with it.
He did.
He stayed with it. What a great athlete, Michael Stotts.
Here's a press coming from OG, but they call it off as Christoph Bawanya crosses half court. Under a minute to play in this third quarter. At the top of the key for Lincoln is Victor Gammies. He looks to the basket. The big man not going to take the shot, though. He's a 6'3 senior. Looks all of about 200 pounds. Foul away from the ball, though. And this looks to be on OG. Yes, it'll be on Canyon Bauer, his first of the game. 4th team foul for OG. So Lincoln to inbound right side of the lane. Here's Bawanya with Stotts in his face. Flips it up to the right wing to Jaros. Jaros then looking inside. Hands it over right wing to Bawanya. Bawanya then down low to Gammies on the right block, guarded by Zwagman. Kicks it back up top to Bawanya. He goes into the lane. Pump fakes, puts up the shot. No good, and rebounded by Okoye. Okoye flips it out to Stotts. Lincoln 2 men short. Stotts loses the ball, almost hands it over to Zach Sullivan. Just a little too frantic there, and Bawanya carried the ball, but they did not call him for it. Instead, he kicks it out left wing, long three by Zach Sullivan. And looks like a foul on Lincoln on that rebound.
23.
Jan Gottlieb called for his second foul of the game. Third foul of the game. 4th team foul for Lincoln.
So that's going to be, he'll be sitting down for a little bit.
13.7 seconds to play in this third quarter. Knights lead 34-29 here at Lincoln High School. And Lincoln, of course, the full court press. Here's Struckville, crossing half court, finds Stott's left wing, 8 seconds as Stotts dribbles up top. He looks inside, drives the lane, picks up his dribble, finds it wide open. Okoye, right corner, 3 up, no good. Rebounded by Nave, who then throws it across the court as the buzzer sounds. After 3 quarters, the Knights still lead Lincoln 34-29. We'll step aside, and your fourth quarter will be coming right up here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They also offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached at 605-334-1653.
Hello, fellow Catholics. My name is Paul Curley. What's inside of most investment portfolios? Stocks and bonds inside mutual funds, annuities, and other accounts that include companies that manufacture abortion and euthanasia products and services, or who donate part of their profits to anti-Catholic and anti-family programs. Pathway Investments LLC, headquartered here in South Dakota, designs portfolios that screen out these types of investments so that the Catholic investor gets a nice portfolio that aligns with Catholic values.
Paul Curley, Catholic Investment Advisor Representative for IRAs, 401ks, and 403bs, can be reached at 605-256-8286 or at CatholicFinancialAdvisor.com. Advisory services are provided through Pathway Investments LLC, a South Dakota registered investment advisor, 220 South Hearth Avenue, Madison, South Dakota, 57042. Not a deposit, not insured by FDIC or NCUA, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the institution, may go down in value.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Lincoln High School. Knights lead Lincoln 36-29 as the Knights stop Lincoln in their tracks. Go back, turn around, and put up 2 themselves. Now here is Nave trying for a 3 on the left wing. Nothing there. Knights get the rebound. Zwargerman's going to try from the right wing. Then on the opposite side of the floor, he can't get it to fall either. Knights moving from my right to left, but here's Lincoln going left to right, and Dion Gotluck on the left wing steps in long 2, no good, and Zach Norton gets the rebound. Let's pause then for station identification. You're listening to Lamb Catholic Radio, KSTJ LP, 104.3 FM, Juan Diego Catholic Radio in Sioux Falls, and KSTJ 91.3 FM in Hartford, Madison, Mitchell, and Yankton. And now, as I was mentioning that, Zwargerman steps in for the left block jumper for 2, 38-29. Knights lead by 9, 6:40 to play in the fourth quarter.
Jared's got 15 points on the night. Just played in a great game.
Jared Jaros tries for a 3 from the right corner, but nothing there. Struck gets the rebound, and some pushing and shoving going on, but nothing called. They've been letting him play both sides quite a bit. And again, Bawanya, a good shove on Struck and nothing called. Bawanya pushing around Norton at the top of the key, and they're finally going to call Christoph Bawanya, who's just running around like a wild man, body checking people like in hockey. He'll be called for his third foul of the game, 15th foul for Lincoln. Knights will re-inbound in front of the Lincoln cheerleaders.
Do you think Coach will pull out a little bit, run some play, take some time when they got the ball? It depends on what happens. If they can execute on the when they have possession.
Yeah, and with the lead, Lincoln is more desperate than OG.
Correct.
And they're going to have to make those fouls.
Lincoln's actually coming down here, and they're kind of forcing it in. They're forcing it in with the shots. So Gorman right now doesn't have to do that.
Another foul for Lincoln. Zach Sullivan being called for the push on the left block, so 16 fouls for Lincoln. And Zwargerman barely getting that inbound pass. And so, I think O'Gorman's going to take their sweet time the rest of this quarter.
That's what I'm getting at. That's what I wondered if...
Stotts gets the pass from McCoy at the top of the key, drives inside, loses the ball, but Struck is able to recover it on the left wing. Struck then rotates out with Norton at the top and then throws it to Zwargerman left wing. Zwargerman has the ball swatted away out of bounds by Dion Gotluck, so the Knights will reset with only 14 seconds on the shot clock. I think if the Knights can pressure Lincoln by getting into double-digit lead, I think that's really going to put on the pressure for the Patriots, which is only going to lead to probably more fouls and then more free throws for OG.
Correct.
Struck at the top of the key, loses the ball to right wing, drives inside though when he recovers and puts it up for 2. And there's that 11-point lead in double digits. And Lincoln wants to take a timeout to try to round their boys together and try to come up with a game plan here. Knights lead 40-29, 5:32 to play in this fourth quarter. We'll step aside for 1 minute. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Lamb Catholic Radio is provided by Financial Benefits Company in Sioux Falls, helping individuals and small businesses plan for retirement. The Financial Benefits Company philosophy is to achieve a secure retirement for their clients. Their phone number is 605-334-8086 and on the web at fbcjf.com. Thank you to Financial Benefits Company for sponsoring Lamb Catholic Radio.
McGuire Iron is a family-run operation that values all of their co-workers and customers. McGuire Iron and the Jones family pride themselves in taking their faith life into their business life. That's why they are proud to support the Sioux Falls Catholic school system in all their events and activities. McGuire Iron and the Jones family would like to wish all O'Gorman sports teams good luck this season.
Welcome back to Lincoln High School. Knights with the lead over Lincoln, 40-29 in Class AA boys basketball. 5:32 to play in this fourth quarter. And Dan, we're talking a little bit off air, and I think we're both in agreement that O'Gorman's just going to try to milk down this clock.
Well, we were playing coaches.
Right, we were.
We were playing coaches. What would we do if we were sitting there? Thank God I'm not sitting over there.
Yeah, right. Here's Bawani, top of the key for Lincoln, looking inside, starts to dribble to the right wing and kicks it out left wing to Glanzer. Glanzer, then left corner pass to Gottluck, who drives inside over Okoye, flips it up, and good for 2. That is 9 points, for Deion Gottluck. He's had a fantastic night so far, but here's Okoye in the right block, guarded by Glanzer, instead kicks it up to Zwargman at the top of the key. Little floater from the free throw line. It is a little short, and Lincoln gets the pickup. Glanzer, top of the key, hands it off to Nave for Lincoln. Dribbles over left, rotates out with Gottluck. Gottluck inside the arc. Pump fakes, kicks it out to Nave. Nave tries to drive inside, nowhere to go. Throws it up top to Glanzer, who drives inside. Nowhere to go there either. So he kicks it back to Nave, right corner, who then drives inside. Kicks it out left wing to Sullivan. He pops off a 3. No good. A little too strong on that one, and rebounded by Okoye. 4:30 to play in the fourth quarter. Knights with their largest lead of the game, 40-31. No, excuse me, they did lead by 11 at one point.
Okay, they were going to the line. There's a foul on Lincoln.
And so 7 team fouls now for the Lincoln Patriots. And with the Knights having the lead, and the reason we say the Knights are just going to melt down the clock is because it's Lincoln's game to lose at this point.
Thank you.
If Lincoln wants to try to put up some points, they need to start forcing some turnovers, which means they're going to have to start some fouls if O'Gorman's just going to take their sweet time, which is going to send O'Gorman to the free throw line. And if O'Gorman can hit their free throws,
they'll put this away.
Exactly. A lot of ifs, but here's Michael Stotts at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Couple dribbles, bent the knee, flick the wrist up, and nothing but net. He'll get a second. By the way, that foul was on Christoph Bawanya, his 4th foul of the game.
Oh, I missed
He's going to be sitting down. No, you're good. I almost did as well. But that would be a big loss for Lincoln.
That is a loss. I mean, he's a good ball player for Lincoln.
Stotts readies his second. Knights with a 10-point lead and make that 11 points as Stotts hits his second free throw. Stotts will check out. Riley Caton comes back in for OG. 42-31 Knights. 4:28 to play in the fourth quarter.
Michael Stotts, 5 points on the night so far.
And Lincoln knows that they need to hold on to as much time as possible, letting the ball roll a little bit before picking it up to start the clock. Here's Gottluck, top of the key. He throws it left wing to Glanzer, then looks inside, drives against Caton, goes baseline, bounce passes it cross court to Sullivan, right corner. He puts up a jumper for 2, no good, and rebounded by Norton. Norton to Caton. Caton cross court to Okoye, then back to the left corner to Zwargman. Zwargman is going to slow things down, rotates the ball around the arc from the left corner to the right wing. Up top pass to Zwargman. He's going to run point here for OG. He'll kick it to Caton, left wing. Caton slows things down, 15 seconds on the shot clock, drives left side. Layup is good. An incredible move by Riley Caton, who is guarded by players that were at least 4 inches taller than him.
He went right through them.
Right through him. Big check from Alex Glanzer as Caton hits the deck, but he's going to charge right corner, and Canyon Bauer puts a hand on the ball. Alex Glanzer was putting up in the air, and they're calling him for foul. I can't say I agree with that one. It looked like all ball on that one.
But Canyon did agree with that.
That was ball, baby. And he was pretty fired up. He was looking for a big cheer and a block. Nonetheless, though, here's Alex Glanzer at the line to shoot, too. Glenzer's first shot is good, but I love Canyon Bauer's excitement. I mean, he's just a great athlete. He gets into the game. I feel like we talk about this a lot, but he's just a fun athlete to watch as he takes a seat.
And Struck's back in for him, so.
Alex Glanzer's second shot is underway and good. 44-33, Knights with the lead, 3:32 to play in the fourth quarter. A full court press now for Lincoln. Also back in for the Patriots is Nate Brecht, the 6'6 junior. Knights cross half court on the sprint and hand it right over to Dion Gotluck. Struck, tried to kick it out to Norton, but Gotluck, using his long wingspan, their wide wingspan, is able to kick it away. On that same note, Gotluck down low, tried to pass to one of his teammates, and the Knights were able to seal it away.
McCoy had his hand up there and blocked his view, and that was a good move. But Gotluck, he's going for the ball. He got to be careful. He's going to foul out here. He's
protecting the ball is going to be the biggest key, I think, for OG in the last 3 minutes of this game, as Rogman almost loses it, instead hands it to Struck, the left wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Struck calls a play, takes the pick and roll, goes right, then back left, hands it to Zwagman. Zwagman fires off a desperation three off the front of the rim. It rolls out of bounds, and I think that was just a bad play run between Struck and Zwagman. Yeah. Struck didn't really take the pick, instead cut back in and put himself in the front of the defender.
Well, you see Roby standing up there? Standing up there shaking his head at that one.
I think he knows it too.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're right in Roby's head at this point in the season, aren't we?
Yep.
At the top of the key for Lincoln then, it's Dion Gotlock. He's going to kick it right wing to Jared Jaros. Lincoln, a little bit of fire under their bottoms. They need to get something going here. Rotates out with Alex Glanzer. Glanzer drives the basket, no good on the layup, and a foul called on the rebound. They're going to call this one on Lincoln, though.
And Bauer's going to go to the line.
That foul is on Brecht, number 45 from Lincoln. His first foul of the game. 8th-team foul now for Lincoln. Brecht will step out, and coming back in is Jamel Nave.
And Gauntlet was right there. He could have got called on that one as well. But
Canyon Bauer at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Bauer, number 30, 6-foot junior guard. Had a 50% free throw shooter. Misses his first, though, and Nave gets the rebound.
Oh, we need to make those, Canyon.
2:20 to play in the fourth quarter. Knights lead 44-33. Over on the left wing for Lincoln is Glanzer. Kicks it down to the left corner. Gotluck drives the baseline. Ball swatted away, but he recovers and puts it up for two. Make that 44-35 and a full court press from Lincoln. Caton gets the inbound, sprints down the right side of the floor and crosses half court. He's double teamed though, pressed against the sideline, and a timeout coming from head coach Derek Roby.
They call a full timeout, Michael.
Yep, it'll be a full timeout. So we're going to step aside for 30 seconds, and we'll be back here with more boys basketball. Knights lead 44-35 over Lincoln. 1:55 to play in the fourth quarter right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Hi there, Ryan here from Mini Critters. Mini Critters has been a locally owned stop for all pets' needs to keep them happy and healthy. With all the pet food choices available, finding the right dog or cat food can be a challenge. But no worries, we can be reached at 605-361-0006 and let our staff help find the perfect food for any dog or cat. Mini Critters is food, treats, toys, and more. Mini Critters, your friends, your family.
Under 2 to play here in the fourth quarter, and what's been a very exciting and dramatic game so far. The Knights with a 9-point lead over Lincoln. And Dan, what's the key for OG here in the past couple minutes?
Protect the ball, because you know Lincoln's coming out fire, and they're going to grab this. They're going for it. They're going to get the ball any way they can, get it, cause a turnover to come back down and shoot a three. 3 possessions, and bang, we got a tie ball game.
And especially for those guards.
Yeah. So this thing's not far from being over, folks. So sit down, relax. We got a minute 55 here to go at Lincoln High School.
Jaron Zwagman to inbound right in front of the Lincoln cheerleaders with 28 seconds on the shot clock. And again, just under 2 to play in this fourth quarter. Here's Stotts at the top of the key, back in for OG. Dribbles over left wing, back up top. He's kind of wriggling back and forth, but eventually finds Jaron Zwagman on the right corner. Zwagman picks up his dribble, finds Struck right wing. 10 seconds on the shot clock now as Struck dribbles up top. Takes the pick. No, he's not going to take the pick. Goes left instead of loses the ball down the lane. Throws it back into Okoye before it goes out of bounds, and Okoye follows up the beautiful layup. Great move by Struck. Great shot by Okoye. Here's Gotluck, though, on the left wing. Finds Bologna on the left corner. Bologna drives baseline, kicks it out right wing. kicked up back up top, and the long three from Glanzer is no good, but a foul on that rebound. It'll be on Lincoln.
35. He was over the back, way over the back. Was it on Awaki? Was he over his back, or who's going to the line here for the Knights?
Jamel Nave is the player called. It's a second foul, 19th foul now for Lincoln. And let's see, Koy to step up the line.
But he was right over him, major over him. That was a...
Koy has the best free throw shooting percentage of any other player on the team. Doesn't quite shoot as many free throws, but makes the ones he does shoot. 73% for him, and his first shot is no good. Knock on wood there a little bit. Nave gets the rebound. Knights lead 46-35, $1.11 to play in this fourth quarter. Here's Gottlieb at the free throw line. Kicks it out left wing to Glanzer. Glanzer then drives the lane, and a foul called under the basket. That'll be a moving block, I believe, on Koy.
Correct. That'll be his third then.
That'll be the 16th foul for O'Gorman. One more giving Lincoln the bonus. And one more will give OG, one more foul on Lincoln, will give OG the double bonus.
And that's just what Lincoln doesn't want.
Exactly. That's the worst case scenario.
That's right.
For Lincoln.
So they have to be very cautious and careful not to foul. But again, when men of 5, 10-point game, they're going to go with anything they can.
Glanzer hits number 1 and number 2. 46-37, Knights with the lead. 1:05 to play in this fourth quarter. Knights inbound to Norton. Norton hands it off to Zwargman. Zwargman double-teamed, throws it across half court right into the hands of Jaros. Jaros then down to Nave. Nave follows up with a nice right-handed layup. That's something the Knights just can't give up, those easy plays. And for Jaron Zwargman, just a bad pass across half court.
Unheard of. I mean, it's
something he just doesn't do. So chalk it up to maybe just a mental mistake. But the Knights want to take a timeout. 46-39, they lead with 55.8 seconds exactly left in this fourth quarter. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need, whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lures at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter at Lincoln High School. Knights with the 7-point lead, the full court press here from Lincoln. We round off the last seconds of this few seconds of this fourth quarter, and Struck past half court, tries to break past Gottluck, and takes the shoulder.
That should be his fifth then, wouldn't it?
Let's see. No, that'll be fourth for Deion Gottluck, it looks like.
Okay.
Yep, and 10th team foul for Lincoln will give OG the double bonus the remainder of the game.
So Struck's going to shoot 2 here.
First shot, nothing but net.
These are critical free throws, folks. When you're up by 8 here with 47 seconds, you have to make these.
Isaac Struck bent the knee, flicked the wrist. Second shot, nothing but net as well. He's such a crisp and clean shooter. Can't afford to miss those with all his skill. 48-39, Knights with the lead. 47.1 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Inbound goes to Alex Glanzer. Glanzer down the right side of the floor, steps up to the free throw line, bounce pass to Gottluck at the top of the key. Gottluck looking inside. 38 seconds now. Gottluck drives left lane, kicks it out to Bawani, left corner, 3 up, no good. A wrestling match for the ball on the floor. Michael Stotts will be called for his first foul of the game, 7th team foul for OG. And now they're starting to call the game tight as we wrap up the game. They would have usually let those ones go.
Under a minute, and they start
tightening it up a little bit.
Tighten it up.
Yeah.
They're squeezing it.
The Struck will come back in, and stepping back out is Zach Nagel. At the line, shoot 2. 1-on-1, Alex Glanzer. First shot, nothing but net. He'll get a second. 48-40, Knights with the lead. Less than a shot clock to play in this fourth quarter, and we'll see what O'Gorman does after this shot. Second shot is nothing but net by Glanzer as well. Make that 48-41. Knights inbound, and immediately fouled is Isaac Struck, and that was Jared Jaros on the foul. His third of the game. 11th team foul for Lincoln, if we're keeping track of those at this point.
Okay, looks like Bauer's going to check in.
Isaac Struck will get a couple. Remember, he just drilled 2 here not too long ago.
And Zwargerman, excuse me, Jaren's, I need something to drink. And Zwargerman staying back for defense.
Struck, first shot, no good. He'll get a second, though.
Seven-point game.
Isaac Struck, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up, and this one is good. 31.8 seconds exactly left in the fourth quarter. Knights with the lead, 49-41. Knights putting on a little bit of pressure, kind of a man-to-man defense look. Crossing half court on the sprint, Alex Glanzer down the right side. He goes straight to the basket. Reverse layup around the rim and in for two. And a timeout by Lincoln, 49-42. 24 seconds left to play in this fourth quarter. And a timeout by Lincoln. We'll step aside actually here for 30 seconds. We'll have the rest of this game coming up for you right here on the Lamb.
So you're trying to decide what preschool or kindergarten is best for your child? At Sioux Falls Catholic Schools, you'll know you've brought them to the right place. They'll get lots of one-on-one attention, discover new things, and grow in their faith. Your child will get the support and encouragement they need with an education that stands apart from the rest. Our schools will help you make lifelong friendships and become part of our community. Because when you're here, you're home. You belong at Sioux Falls Catholic Schools.
24 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Knights with the 6-point lead over Lincoln. A little bit closer maybe than head coach Derek Roby would like, but we'll see what the Knights can do to try to wrap up this game and upset Lincoln.
It's too close for me, too. I'm like, oh, come on, gentlemen.
Your ticker's okay over there, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, Brett's over there to start compressions. Brett, watch him. If he goes down, you're performing CPR.
Gentlemen, execute here.
The Knights to inbound. Heavy defense from Lincoln. Goes into Okoye. He gives it back to Zwargerman. He throws it down court to Struck. Struck is not going to go to the basket. He'll stop and burn the clock down. He tucks it and holds it, and he's going to be fouled by Alex Glanzer.
Great move. They had to do that.
Smart heads-up play by Struck. Yep. He had a clear shot. He could have got the
easy two, but that would give them the ball with 7 to 18 seconds.
Instead, he shaved off 4 or 5 more seconds, and he's at the line shooting two now. First shot by Struck. Good. He's 4 for 5 now from the line, trying to make it 5 for 6. A couple dribbles, bent the knee, flick the wrist, up and around the rim and in. 51-43 Knights, just under 17 seconds to play in the fourth. Nave with the inbound. It will go in to Glanzer. Glanzer drives the lane, kicks it up top to Jaros. He tries for a three and gets it. With 9.2 seconds to play in the fourth quarter, Lincoln is within 6. And Lincoln will take a timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step aside for 30 seconds. This is O'Gorman Knights basketball on the Lamb.
Hi, this is Mark Conzemius. In 1987, Bishop Paul Dudley and a group of business leaders started the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota to help raise, manage, and distribute God's gifts as determined by donors' intent. 28 years later, we continue to grow their vision and legacy of faith. Many choose the Catholic Community Foundation for their charitable giving because of our commitment to Catholic, moral, and social values. Learn more about how you can leave a legacy of faith through the Catholic Community Foundation at 605-988-3788 or visit cfesd.org.
46-59, under 10 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. Can the Knights pull off the upset? We will see. Reminder, after tonight's game, we're going to pack up the crew and head over to O'Gorman High School for the O'Gorman girls versus Mitchell game. Should be a good matchup, so be sure to take a break, maybe grab some dinner and pop on the radio or head over to YouTube and watch the stream live.
So here the Knights got to go to full court. Here's a press by Lincoln.
Knights trying to inbound, working the baseline is Zwargerman. He finds Struck, and eventually the whistle is blown. Jaros will be called for the foul. That's going to be his third of the game.
And they fouled Isaac.
So Isaac Struck, from numbers I have, 5 for 6.
I thought he was more than that.
He might be more than that. You're right. I think he might be like 7 for 8, actually. I think I'm missing a couple there. But still, point is, he's been shooting very, very well at the free throw line tonight. No Knights around the lane as Struck hits his first. Okoye, Stotts, Zwargerman, and Norton are in for OG. And of course, Isaac Struck as he hits his second. 7.2 seconds. The Struck steps out, and Bauer steps in. Lincoln to inbound. Here's Jaros down the left side of the floor. Takes a long three. No good. Rebounded by Bauer. He'll give it to Norton, and they're going to burn the clock. And the O'Gorman Knights upset the Lincoln Patriots 53-46 on their home court. A big swing for OG as the regular season wraps up for the Class AA basketball in the state of South Dakota. And Dan, what do you think this win means for the Knights?
This is a great win for the Knights, especially comes time, we got 2 more games. Well, the boys have 1 more.
Right.
Washington, and then it's 1 game you're in to play in the state tournament. So that Lincoln was above us in power points, taking them and stuff. And if we can beat Washington, that's really going to move us up. And this is what they needed going into the last game. 1 more game this season and going into the playoff. They needed this. They needed the big win across town with Lincoln. It's wonderful. It's great to come over here and win.
So again, the Knights with the lead 53-46 over Lincoln to move to 11-8 on the season. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we will have the Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. We'll break down this game, and we'll take a look at that bracket to see where O'Gorman could fall here in the coming week. That and more is on the way right here on the Lamb Catholic Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you. Your family is looking to you to make sure they are safe, protected, and taken care of. Knights of Columbus Insurance offers the protection they need. Whether it's term life or whole life, long-term care insurance, disability income insurance, annuities, retirement planning, estate planning, or an insurance analysis. Please call Jason Lewers at 605-270-3463 or Heath Dickelman at 605-351-7978. Knights of Columbus Insurance.
Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care are proud supporters of Lamb Catholic Radio. First Class Dental Care offers restorative, cosmetic, and preventative techniques and is open late to fit busy schedules. Their aviation-themed office works to provide first-class services. Their number is 271-9330 and can be found online at firstclassdentalcare.com. Thank you to Dr. Beecroft and First Class Dental Care for your support of Lamb Catholic Radio.
There are danger signs that indicate pressure and tension on delicate, sensitive nerves due to spinal misalignment, such as headaches, back pain, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, and joint pain in general. Dr. Mark Hagen is located at 14th and Cliff, 6 blocks north of Avera Hospital.
Hi, this is Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. Don't say ouch, call me at 361-OUCH.
From the Lamb Catholic Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show, brought to you by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. Now, back to the gym with Michael Promas and Dan Johnson.
Welcome into the Knights Locker Room Show, sponsored by Dr. Mark Hagen with Hagen Chiropractic Clinic. The Knights with the upset over the Lincoln Patriots, 53-46 to move to 11-8 on the season. A huge, monumentous win for OG because this could dramatically affect the standings in Class AA basketball. Now, we don't know how the rest of the night will shape up as far as scores go because, well, there hasn't been another game yet today. But it certainly could mean something special for OG and hopefully can keep them into the top 8 in Class AA to give them home court advantage.
And that's what you want. That's what you want. For that one and done going into the tournament, you want that home court advantage for that one game. So, but what a momentum, what a shift, what this can do for the attitude to the Knights now. I mean, we beat Lincoln and we got to wait a week to play Washington. They got to get a good week of practice, get everybody back healthy 100%, and playing Washington next Friday night at O'Gorman.
And I think it's a big confidence booster, especially for the players themselves, because basically head coach Derek Roby told them at the beginning of the game, play some instinctual basketball. Offense is going to be a little less controlled. Go play basketball against the Lincoln Patriots. And that's what they did. They played instinctual basketball. We didn't see a lot of play calls, but they did what they needed to do. They strategized, of course, during the end to manage the clock. But ultimately, it came down to the boys' ability to overcome the other team.
We did see some play calling in the second half.
Yes.
Not the first half. First half was pick-up ball game on the schoolyard.
Right.
Second half, we did see that. But hats off to Roby, the way he managed that clock.
Yes.
As we were talking, here's what we would do off air, and you know exactly what he did.
Yes.
And that's we kind of read his mind.
Well, and when we see him in these situations so many times this year, we kind of know what to expect. And I mean, I've been watching Roby coach since he came to O'Gorman.
13 years.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean,
and that's
it's
his
like
style.
you kind of read how he's going to do that. You know his style of basketball. Now with Lincoln,